The quantity of waste being produced in Ireland is continuing to rise. This is due to our growing population and the modern standard of living which we enjoy. The more waste we produce, the more that has to be managed. Take a look at the waste pyramid. The most favoured option is prevention, followed by minimisation, which we can do by buying products with less packaging. Next, we have reuse, for example, furniture and textiles. This is followed by recycling, paper, glass, metal and plastics. Next is disposal with energy recovery. And finally is disposal with no energy recovery. Currently, about 35% of household and commercial waste is recycled, with the balance and residuals going to landfills. The government's goal is to divert 50% of household waste and 85% of commercial and demolition waste, along with a reduction of 65% of organic waste. A small number of modern, highly engineered landfills, such as the one operated by Green Star at Ballynagran, will always be needed to deal with the residuals from the increasing recycling activities. The Ballynagran residual landfill is located on a 315-acre site off the N11, about 6 kilometres west of Wicklow town. The facility was developed to meet the residual disposal needs of the recycling industries in County Wicklow. Green Star operates a modern recycling facility at Fassaroe in Bray. Incoming waste is sorted and segregated, and non-recyclable residuals make their way to the landfill at Ballynagran.
The whole facility covers an area of about 300 acres in total, but the actual landfill footprint only accounts for around 20% of this total area.
The landfill has been designed to accommodate approximately 3 million tonnes of residual, non-hazardous, municipal, including commercial waste, over a 14-year period. All waste consignments arriving at the facility are checked for waste type and origin before admission. If all is in order, the lorry goes through to the waste disposal area where it discharges its load. While the waste is being discharged, it is visually checked to ensure that it contains no items of waste which are unacceptable at the facility, such as tyres, car batteries or containers of liquid. The waste compactor then breaks up any large items of waste and compacts the waste tightly over the working face. At the end of the day, the working area is completely covered using soils and wood chip. The Ballynagran landfill is designed and engineered to the very highest EU environmental standards and is operated strictly in accordance with the licence issued by the Environmental Protection Agency. It is these high standards which have led to the facility being the first in Ireland to receive the Peel People's Cup for operational excellence.
The award is open to any waste management facility which holds either a waste licence or a waste permit in Ireland and in the UK. The competition's been run now for nearly 20 years. This is the first time it's been awarded to a facility in Ireland.
The construction of the waste disposal area is done in 5 phases, with each phase lasting about 2.5 years. One phase was constructed in the initial development programme, with the remaining 4 phases being developed at approximately 2-year intervals. Modern landfills, such as those operated by Green Star, are designed on the basis of total containment. This means that the entire landfill is sealed to isolate the waste effluent from the surrounding soil and groundwater. This is done using a 1 metre deep, highly engineered and quality controlled clay layer under a high density polyethylene lining. On top of the liner is a drainage layer fitted with a network of pipes. Leachate generated on the site is collected in a holding tank and tankered from the site to an approved wastewater treatment plant. Uncontaminated rainwater generated at the site is directed to a stormwater pond for settlement, and following treatment in a reed bed is then discharged into the drainage network. Finally, when the landfill is full, it is totally sealed and landscaped, and eventually will be reused for agricultural purposes. Green Star residual landfills have all been designed to support the generation of renewable energy. Biodegradable content in the waste produces methane gas, which is harnessed in gas engines to produce electricity. Green Star currently operates a 3.6 megawatt landfill gas plant on its residual landfill in County Kildare, supplying energy to the grid that feeds Newbridge town. At Ballynagran, the objective is also to generate electricity, and an application has been made to EirGrid for permission to export 4.2 megawatts of much needed renewable power to the national grid. This plant would be capable of providing power to several thousand homes. Until the power generating system is in place, landfill gas will be collected and flared using a high temperature enclosed flare. The flaring system converts methane to carbon dioxide, which is much less harmful to the atmosphere. Environmental monitoring goes on 24 hours a day, 365 days a year at Ballynagran. No fewer than 4,000 new woodland trees have been planted at Ballynagran, including native species such as ash, oak, willow and sycamore. The site has a detailed ecological mitigation strategy in place. This includes the installation of beehives to mitigate against the loss of the bumblebee habitat.
Well, I'm Joseph Donoghue. I'm a charge hand here in Ballynagran landfill, and Steph and John just thought it was a good idea because we have an orchard with apples, you know, thought it was a good idea to get the bees in. So I brought up an empty hive here last week, and lo and behold, a swarm was after coming into it. So I'm transferring it over now from the old hive into the new hive.
Gaps are left in the perimeter fence to allow mammals such as badgers and foxes unrestricted access to their feeding grounds inside the facility. 12 areas of archaeological interest have been identified and investigated in line with the site's planning permission. The facility plays an active role in the community and supports local organisations and projects wherever possible.
Green Star, and especially here in Ballynagran, value our commitment to the local community. We help out on such projects as the Red Kite Project, the Ratnew Soccer Club, the St Joseph's National School in Gleneely, the Wicklow Lifeboat, and also the Gleneely GA Club.
Crew members of the Wicklow Lifeboat include Wayne Jones, who is also General Manager of Arklow Waste Disposal.
Green Star contribute financially out of the community fund, and the money spent on training personnel, new volunteers, and also the vital equipment that we need. As you're probably aware, the RNLI is very expensive to be running, and it's nice to see a company like Green Star providing the funds for us to keep doing this.
Damien Clark of the Golden Eagle Trust is actively involved with the Wicklow Red Kite Project.
The Red Kite Project, it's a project to re-establish red kites in Ireland. Green Star have been very helpful. Obviously these projects are quite expensive, so they've helped with finances, but they've also, the local falconer who works here has helped with prey items that he's captured on the site here.
The work I do here for Green Star is mainly keeping all the scavenging birds off the landfill. We come in first thing in the morning, we work here 5 days a week, and we'll fly the falcons around here probably 5-6 times a day, and the predator presence will keep the birds off the landfill.
The facility sponsors several of the Gaelic football and hurling teams in Gleneely. Green Star staff members Robbie Kerwin, who is captain of Buffer's Alley hurling team, and Damien Martin, who is Ireland's first hurling all-star, also carry out skills training sessions with the teams in Gleneely.
And I love hurling, and I like to get the opportunity now with Green Star to put something back into the local communities.
The facility was also the main sponsor of Gleneely National School's extremely successful fundraising event Who Wants to Be a Thousandaire last year. Green Star is proud to be the 2008 winner of the Peel Cup and wishes to acknowledge and thank all involved with us in setting the standard, including neighbours, local community groups, regulators, customers, consultants, contractors, and most especially our own excellent operations team at Ballynagran.